is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MCs. This DJ, he gets it out.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike
Is that a timetable?
and DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your turn.
Give me the mic.
Okay, that was short and nice.
It sure was.
Welcome to another episode of Two DJs and a Mic with myself, DJ Mike, and the infamous DJ JP. Today we have I don't know what that is on his head, but we have the wonderful KC, Mr. Keith, owner of multiple businesses in the Marquee show. How are you doing today, brother?
Good. You know, they say you're supposed to dress according to your audience and such. Like, we dress sharp at weddings. So I see yes with a hat on for the whole month. I put my hat on, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Michael Jordan with his bald ass head. And with
oh my God!
With a head like that, you need a hat. Okay?
Yeah, I do. That's why I was wearing hats. But thank you for seeing the light and putting on a hat.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, it could be worse. With Mike, we should be asking him to put on a mask.
Yeah, along with yourself.
Oh, that hurts. That yeah.
You didn't get your looks from Mama Kate. That's for certain.
Dad, he's ugly. He's ugly. He's so ugly. They when he was born, they threw him in the back of a garbage truck, and the garbage men took him out and threw him back. That's how ugly he is.
Thank you guys for kind words. We'll be here all night. Thanks.
Like I had Rodney Dangerfield flowing through my veins for a second there.
Oh yeah. You're going back to school.
No respect.
Yeah. Well, hey man, it's 2024. Thank God for another year. I hope everybody had a great 2023 first show of 2024. And we are live, and somewhere on this show, we're going to give away a ticket to the show.
To the Marquee show.
To the Marquee show.
I was going to give you an education, or like I think I'm going to give you like 3 of them. All right?
What?
Let's do a couple. Let's get some people involved, okay?
What?
It's Santa. Well, Santa's not here anymore.
Okay. So should I hold you at 2 or 3?
Let's give away 3 of them. Why not? Well, these are so they'll be good for all the parties, the show floor, all of the education. If they want to upgrade and add the meal to it, they can upgrade to the full pass. But that's the only difference, is that, and a little bit closer up front. But let's pass the love around. What do you say?
Hey,
I appreciate that, and we hope
we passing the love, man.
We're
gonna try to help. We're trying to get at least 10 to go from here anyway. 10, 15. We're trying to get 10 DJs from Dallas to go with us to the show. So this will be 3 of them right here. So only need 7 more. So hey, I hope you put your name in the list.
We still gonna meet our number. That's
we're gonna meet in this with 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we gotta do 13.
Cool.
Yeah. We got to do 13. Yeah. So before we get into giving the tickets away, we want to do our due diligence with blessing you with some questions. So we've had the opportunity to speak with you before, but some may not know your story, and I think it's important that they know your story. So what inspired the great KC to want to become a DJ?
Well, I was going to MIT to be a rocket scientist. And I was on campus at MIT, and the DJ didn't show up. So I decided I don't need to go to the moon and be a rocket scientist. So instead, I started dropping Rob bass and and back in the day, a little bit of Vanilla Ice, and all the late '80s hits.
Mm-hmm.
You're not buying,
Okay.
not
Okay.
believing any of it, huh?
Is that the real story?
Do I look like I went to MIT? I can't say
No.
MIT, but no, I did start a whole bunch of my fraternity brothers paying for one of my best friends now still. And he was our fraternity house DJ, even though he wasn't a member of the house. One of our fraternity brothers got a job as a roadie and had a DJ kind of acclimate. And then he started recruiting all of us to schlep equipment. And so I had a girlfriend at the time. Her and I broke up, and I wasn't. My freshman and sophomore year, I was a bad boy in college. It was a booty buffet. And then I fell in love for the first time in my life. Heart got broken and didn't want to go back to the buffet and just wanted to have something fun to do. And I
started. You say a booty buffet.
That's what he said. I figured you weren't paying attention.
No, I'm listening to
it. That's with a Y, not an IE. So
we got it.
Mm-hmm. It's a capital B, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's how you got into DJ, tasting tail feathers.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny part. I almost didn't get into DJing.
Oh wow.
So before I was a portly gentleman, I was a pretty big dude. I don't know if you've seen. I've got some big shoulders, and I was way into working out in college and late high school, and my shoulders kind of exploded. I became a bigger guy, and so I had dropped out of college. This guy had just opened up an office in Chicago away from our college campus. So I went to go roadie for him. And I thought, oh, man, this is going to be great. Tons of girls. My fraternity brothers were meeting tons of girls. This will be a no-brainer. The first job I did was a grammar school. And it was a whole bunch of like 7th and 8th graders. And I'm like 20, 21 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm like, I am not a babysitter. This sucks. And he's like, no, that was a bullshit job. It'll get better. Okay. Second job I did was a very high-end all-girls boarding school in Lake Forest, Illinois, which is one of the wealthiest cities in the country. And I felt like I was George Clooney in Facts of Life as all these girls are running around. And I'm like, this sucks. This totally sucks. I'm like, I'm done. I went to go get a job I applied as a doorman at like 3 different places. Back to my buddy, who wasn't my buddy at the time. He was just my boss. And I said, I'm just letting you know, I've applied to get a door job at this bar and this bar. And if they call me, I'm out. I just want to be up front. And he goes, why? He goes, you're doing a great job. Everybody likes you. And I said, yeah, but it's just boring. And he's like, no. I'll teach you how to DJ. So I was very lucky. My first board was 2 1200s and a Newmark mixer, late 80s. And he showed me how to queue up records and the whole thing. And then he started training me on how to set up a sound system. And then I started doing, like mixing the cocktail hour. And he taught me how to do transitions, not mixing, but how to do transitions and stuff. So I was like, okay. And then there's this Chicago house DJ legend named Jungle George Suarez, who lived 2 doors down from my grandmother, ironically. I went to high school with his brother. Sadly, my grandmother went into a nursing home about the same time. I moved into her house to keep it occupied so that nobody broke into it. And let's face it, I was like 21 living in the city now by myself, rent free. I'm like, this is great. George taught me how to mix.
Okay.
So I got taught by an unbelievably great guy. And this is the late 80s. And this, like, house music has just exploded all over Chicago. And I was going to all these clubs with George, and the promoter he worked with, they were bringing in like CNC Music Factory and CC Peniston and
oh my gosh,
Jam. And I'm meeting all these favorites. It was amazing, totally amazing. And And so it was a great time. I mean, so I was doing mobiles, and then I'd go run by him and catch like the after hours.
So you fell back in love with it when he started giving you different stuff to do, or when that guy taught you how to
Well, here's what happened. I fell so in love with DJing that I forgot about the girls, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
So into it. And then it must have been, let me think now. It was maybe 2 years later that I met my now ex-wife at a bar that I DJ'd at. And funny story, two girls used to come in as regulars on a Wednesday night. I'm playing a nobody. And it's a dark restaurant / lounge bar or whatever. And I wasn't paying attention. I walk up behind who was then, there were two girls, Jeannie and Donna. Okay. I walked up behind who I thought was Jeannie, start rubbing her shoulders and be like, so how's it going? She turned around. First words were going to be, who are you and why are you touching me? Oh, God. And Donna had gone to the bathroom. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. Went and got my soda at the bar, went back to the DJ booth. I can see from the DJ booth the two of them talking and pointing at me and laughing. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So the next break I had to get a soda. I got introduced to her. And then we were together for 10 years between dating and engagement and marriage and divorce and all of that. So,
oh, how wonderful.
No, it was a nightmare, actually. But hey, thanks. Now that my PTSD is kicking in.
All right. Well, let's get these questions in before you go crazy.
Yeah. It was a long, but you know the whole thing.
Yeah.
Started DJing in 88.
88.
Wow.
Where's that question at?
1988.
Mm-hmm.
What, somebody asked?
Oh, I see it now. Okay. All right. So why did you start the Marquee show, Keith?
I think every show has its strengths and its weaknesses, including mine. I'm not saying what I've created is the piece de resistance, but just like anything, I wasn't happy with the level of education that I had seen in the industry. And let's go back to 2003. I felt the exact same way in 2003. Okay. And it was February of 2003. We were in Vegas. And this is like pretty much, it's all pre-social media. So you had the pro DJ chat groups, you had the DJ chat groups where people would talk. They were like bulletin board systems. But it was that, or that you went to the shows, and there wasn't an ongoing thing. So I used to go to the DJ conferences very methodically. I would breakfast set up with one group of people, lunch set up with another group of people, dinner set up with another group of people. I made the most out of it. And I'm happy to say a lot of the people that lead the industry now, like Mike Walter, were the people. So 2003, we're in Vegas, and I got invited to Marcello Pedalino's birthday party like a week after Vegas. It was like on a Wednesday. I fly out there. I spent like 3 days visiting different offices. On the last day, we're all in this Chinese restaurant buffet shooting the shit. It's like the ideas are flowing. It was like, oh my God, who wants to leave? So I said, I'll make you a deal. If I plan the same kind of a thing in Chicago, will you all come? A think tank, okay? Think tank was my trying to go to the next level, okay? What happened then was I ran DJ Think Tank for like 7 or 8 years, was in it for another 2. My life changed and I resigned from the group. But I still loved the education part of it. And again, I felt there was a lack of what I felt was the right education. Again, this was my opinion. Doesn't mean it's fact, just what I thought.
Yeah.
So I thought people will want DJ think tank level education. And that's what I started with. We're talking 2017 or 18. I I mean, I had Matt Radicelli at my first show. I had Michael Cervelli at my first show. I had people from Yelp at my first show.
What year did you actually start?
I announced in 2017, and I think our first show was 2018.
Okay.
I had Alan Berg at my first show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people that are regulars now were either friends of mine through Think Tank or I had created a professional relationship with. And then I said, hey, and again, this was 2017. I was driving home from a DJ conference, horribly disappointed that it didn't meet my needs. Okay. And again, I'm not saying anything negative about anyone. It didn't fit my needs as a senior DJ. I wanted to know more than just the ABCs of social media or marketing or what have you.
So do you ask your presenters to present on a second level, third level, and not on a first level? Or
I picked presenters that I felt were on the third level. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. I mean, if you were at Harvest of Sound, were you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mike Walter, in his seminar, credited someone for inspiring him to want to speak at conventions.
Absolutely. Yeah, he did. You.
Who was that person?
You don't have to bait us. It was you.
Right.
He sent you a picture and everything. We brought you into the room. Don't try to bait us. We're going to answer the question.
Yeah, I saw you on the film.
We did. We saw you, and he said you inspired him to become a speaker and share the knowledge of the industry.
And I take tremendous pride in finding those types of people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew who Shannon Tarrant was until I brought her in. You know, Chris Washburn had only spoken like once or twice before I brought him in, and he's an amazing talent. Troy Adams had never spoken anywhere before. We brought him up.
And Troy was really good. Chris has been good, and Shannon was incredible. And then she won Nice Speaker of the Year this year.
Agreed. Yeah. And again, so I take great pride in finding talent. Okay. And I'm looking for people like when I told people I was bringing in Diamond Dallas Page 2 years ago, thought I was crazy. People thought Mike Walter thought I had lost my mind. Okay. Seminar was over. I walked into the back of the room. Mike Walter came up to me and goes, "You are 100% right. This guy absolutely crushed it."
Oh man, he was so good.
Oh, were you there? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I was a small little just going around. I was
a little tadpole.
Nobody knew who I was until.
I mean, would you ever expected a WWE wrestler to give the type of presentation he gave?
No, I didn't. I was like, why in the hell do we have a wrestler as a keynote? That's what I said to myself. But I said, I've heard other people talk, but he was really good. His story was great, man. He was very.
So, and this year, I'm diversifying. I'm trying to find the right keynote that is a business keynote, not a motivational keynote. And I've come to the conclusion, and every year is a learning year. I believe that the people that are attending the show, they're already motivated. They're there. I don't need to motivate them. I don't need to remotivate them. What I need to do is get them motivated in their business. So I'm looking for the right business presenter to bring in to wow the crowd and get them motivated to go. They talked about how they took their business 10x, or they talked about how they were able to take control, raise their prices, lower their workload, spend more time with family. I want, like, whatever it is, when I find the right fit, they're hustling, guys. That's what I want to have happen. Okay. And so we're not going to have so much of the motivational this year. We're going to have it be far more hands-on. And in fact, on the opening day on Tuesday, 100% of it is going to be all business. No DJ, no photo booth, all DJ. And I'm also going to be inviting Chicago area wedding professionals to join us because Alan Berg talks to everyone. Shannon talks to everyone. You guys are really, really going to like, I'll announce it probably tomorrow, our kind of warm-up opener is going to be, you know how Chad last year did a nice thing on networking and such?
Yes.
I have a amazing networking person who's going to do a half hour of networking that's going to blow your minds. She's amazing. I had her in year one, and then I met her. She spoke at a local chapter meeting that I saw her at. Blew my mind. She's unbelievable. Her name is Catherine Johns. She's a former radio personality. She's great. I know you guys are going to love her. She'll hang out all day. And
let's go, Catherine.
Yeah, you'll have her on the show. I promise you. I'm gonna make you carve out a half an hour or whatever for her without even having seen her. Because when you see her talk, you're gonna be like, okay.
Just like we did with Shannon,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But see, you're trying to take it to the next level, but so many people, they want to, like I say, if it's not what you want, just get what you need. Go and learn from what you need. And everybody wants to act like they started on level 2 or they're all on level 3. Some of the people didn't even get level 1 business. Some of the people definitely didn't get level 1 DJing. So if you go to a conference, get what you need. Don't try to think everything needs to be, well, everything's for early DJs. Okay, half of y'all skipped the classes anyway, so you might as well start over and get a refresher.
Well, I'll tell you, there are things that are even in 101 classes.
Yeah.
That you forget about.
Yeah.
During COVID, I'm on a call with David Tutera, the celebrity wedding planner.
Mm-hmm.
He turns around and he goes, here's the best part about the shutdown. He goes, we're forced to slow down. And he goes, let me show you something that I got in the mail today. It was a simple note. And on the front of it, it said, thinking of you.
Mm-hmm.
Flipped it open, and it was from one of his business people. Said, I know that we're not talking much because of what's happening. I just wanted you to know I'm here if you need anything. If you ever want to talk, I consider you a friend. Sincerely, Jane Doe. A handwritten thank you note, okay? I'll tell you right now, guys, I'm at a wedding show this weekend. I've already purchased like 100 blank thank you notes that I can tell you Saturday when I'm done with the show, I'm going to be taking all of the registrations, handwriting thank you notes Saturday night, dropping them in the mail. Those will be hitting mailboxes by Monday. They'll be getting them Tuesday and Wednesday. You tell me, when's the last time you gotten a handwritten anything in the mail?
Far in between.
Right.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
So
next question.
Let me ask you this. In your humble opinion, what is so important about continuing education in our industry or any industry?
Not our industry. Okay. I believe in life, you're either growing or dying. All right. People talking about why certain malls are dying. Okay. Why are they dying and while other malls are succeeding? Because the malls that are succeeding are investing in reasons to get people into the mall. They've restructured the mall to add in restaurants like Cheesecake Factory, Uncle Julio's, Texas de Brazil. The one by us even has the Chicago Improv. All right. If you look at how people are converting, a lot of them are taking the old Sears spaces and stuff. They're turning them into big health clubs because they just want to get people into the building. Some malls are adapting and changing while others aren't. I mean, look at Sears. Sears was Amazon, okay? Sears was the technology forward-thinking company. They put out the Sears catalog. That was like a big, getting it in the mail was a big
thing. Yeah,
okay?
Yes, it was a big thing.
Sears, JCPenney, yes, definitely.
All of them. And I mean, and so again, now you look at it. I mean, I remember someone just asked me something, how has things changed? I said, when I started in the business, I couldn't wait for the yellow pages to come out. Because when I started in the late 80s, early 90s, the goal was to have your ad in the yellow pages.
I remember that. Paying for that yellow page ad.
My part was, you had to be like, I practically slept in the office waiting for the phone to ring. I remember the technology when call forwarding went to my beeper with a voicemail on it, and then they'd leave a voicemail. No matter where I was, I called back. And then when I forwarded to my brick phone while I was working my full-time job, and I would sneak into the bathroom on the DQ to do it. And I'd say, I'm on the other line with a customer, and then I've got meetings. Can I call you back tonight? And they're like, oh, absolutely. You know, you'd faked it till you maked it. But here's the point. It's you're either growing or you're dying. Okay. And yes, there's a lot of education online. Okay. You've got the new DJC mentoring. You've got tons of free stuff on DJ idea sharing, even on our own Facebook page, even what you guys are putting out right now. You're putting out great content. But in my opinion, an example is this. I pass no judgment. I go into an office every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Find myself mentally far more productive when I'm in the office. Okay. I don't have Mama Kay hollering at me. I don't have anything like everything is, I'm just focused 100%. Okay. I was in there on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day without the phones ringing. I have cable in my office for the Cubs, as you can see by the shirt. And I had the E channel had Las Vegas playing the whole weekend. I had that on in the background. I redid my entire Keith Christopher website. Whole thing is done. It'll be ready to launch tomorrow. So
Congrats.
Yeah, I find that too. My wife always gets them. So like sometimes I get up at 9 o'clock, come in the office and work because I feel like I'm more productive. I'm away from the house because if I get back home, I get distracted or somebody will call me outside or something will pull me outside. But coming in the office sometimes does give you a little bit, to work. Okay, I need to get some stuff done.
Here's my analogy. You can go to a golf simulator and golf, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how far. You can go to Top Golf, which is an amazing multi-million-dollar company. Is it the same as golfing?
No, sir.
Right. Do you get that camaraderie with 4 people for 4 hours? No.
Not really.
You get to run Howard Wallach over with your golf cart? Not in a golf simulator, but out on the trail, you can.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. All right. So what is it about Keith's show that is different than the Marquee? What is it about the Marquee that's different than the other shows? I think you said it already, but we're going to.
Honestly, I think it's my desire to give everyone a different kind, and I'll even say possibly a different level of education. I want to give people the most affordable entertainment experience at the same point in time. I mean, listen, I'd love to have, DJ Jazzy Jeff spinning and Christelle sponsoring the party and this crazy stuff, but it's not realistic. And thankfully, I have a lot of connections in Chicago, and they look the other way, and that's where we're able to bring in deep dish pizza into bars that serve that stuff, and I can bring in my catering, hot dog carts, and you guys can get a taste of Chicago's finest. And so I give it that Chicago flair. And I'll go through it. This is my opinion of all the shows. We'll start in Vegas, okay? Without question, they have the best show floor for photo booth. I love their hotel, even though I hate shows in Vegas, because what I like about our show and other shows is when everyone stays together as a group, and you can't help but meet 20 new people. When you're in Vegas for like Wedding NBA, they do an unbelievable job. And the minute you're done with classes, the two of you go off in your direction. You and your wife have got tickets to Beyonce. I've got tickets to Barry Manilow. Somebody else is going to go see Penn and Teller. Like, you're gone. You know what I mean? Don't make fun of Barry Manilow.
I'm not. I was laughing at Beyonce, but go ahead.
Okay.
Actually, I had tickets to Usher.
Yeah, okay. You go see Barry Manilow.
All right, I will.
Because Barry writes a song that makes the whole world sing.
Let's sing.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Wow. Okay. Let's get to the next one. What is something you think we can do different to attract more people to your conference or others' conferences?
I think for those who have attended a show,
Mm-hmm.
need to really highlight why you enjoyed that particular show so much.
Mm.
Whether it's Harvest of Sound, whether it's DJ Expo, whether it's whoever. If you really loved a show, tell someone who's been perhaps never been to a show, or someone who has never or been disappointed in a show why you like it so much. It's going to be grassroots marketing to a degree. I mean, it's going to be a lot of. I mean, look, Mike wasn't coming to the show until we twisted his arm, however, 6 months ago, and now he's actually not homeless anymore. I mean, but even going back, let's go back to the shows. I think the show in Vegas, I think they've got a great hotel. I really, really love their hotel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Up to Midwest DJs Live. I think they've got great education. There's nothing exciting about Milwaukee at the end of April. So I don't think it's a great host city. The people who put it on are unbelievably great people. They don't have a big show floor at all, but they focus all on education. I won't say anything about my show. I'll let everyone else do the talking. DJ Expo, by far the best hotel of any show. Hard Rock Hotel, with all of that memorabilia everywhere, a live band playing up in front all the time,
Every day.
on the Atlantic Ocean, tons of food options. The hotel rooms are beautiful, but I hate Atlantic City. Okay, it's just my thing. And the show floor, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Harvest of Sound, I've never been to. I can't speak of. Armed DJs, I've never been to. I can't speak of. Okay. DJ Collective was a great experience, and they're not doing it the way they were doing it before. So that's kind of off the radar. So every show's got to.
Let me ask you a question. Are they done with doing shows and they're just going to do the training now?
They're going to do the training and they're going to do the recharge at least for the foreseeable future.
Uh-huh.
So perhaps they come up with a different business model. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you from doing a show, it's a lot of work. And those guys have they have families, all three of them have kids. All three of them have their own businesses. All three of them do a lot of traveling. So, I don't have children. I don't have a wife. I'm a loser, so I can dedicate myself to you, the DJ.
But, I understand, because just with what me and Mike have to do to get everything there, set up the show every day, gather guests, try to produce on the fly and all that stuff, it was very taxing. Yeah. And I mean, one of these days we're going to get a producer or somebody to go with us that will actually help us do the show. So all we have to do is show up and talk. But doing everything I can imagine how much you have to deal with in trying to put it on a show. I mean, I bet it's
a lot of work.
Crazy.
It's a tremendous amount of work.
But you got a good team. I will say that. You got a good team.
And every single part of it has layers.
Yeah.
You guys broadcast in front of the step and repeat I made, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To show you what a loser I am, but I think there's a reason. You saw the front of the Welcome to Marquee, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was done in the old postcard style from the 1960s. This is what a weirdo I am. In Marquee, MARQ, I had pictures of Qbert in the queue because I'm nuts, because I'm goofy, okay?
No, because you pay attention to detail.
It is, but here's the thing. And then on the back of it, I wanted to step and repeat. So I came up with the idea of using like 4 years worth of logos because I like change, just like how everyone loves getting the new promo only t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
We have a new t-shirt every single year, a new logo, a new t-shirt, a new design, so that it becomes kind of that cool new thing, just like a concert. You go see whoever your favorite artist is, and you got to get the new merch, right?
Yeah.
But unlike everyone else, we're not charging for the merch, And that's why Beyonce's loaded and I'm not. But the fact of the matter is, I like that. And again, so now it becomes, okay, now I have to find a designer and come up with a cool concept. And so there's that. So every single little thing has, right on down to the DJs in charge at lunch and making sure the lunch menu is right. And, and that's it. So it's a totally different experience.
So what is something that you experienced at the Marquee Show 2023 that has you excited about going into the Marquee Show 2024?
What happened?
I know seeing me, it was very good for you, but
it hurt my neck to have to keep looking down. I don't know. Here's what I'm excited about for 2024.
Okay.
We have a 50,000 square foot ballroom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does that mean to you? The exhibit ballroom we were in before was 10,000 square feet. The seminar room was like 4,500 square feet. Okay. The tent, I should say. So that's like 15,000. We're in 50,000 square feet. All of it on the same floor. So what's really nice is we're going to have the seminar room. The ballroom breaks down into 5 10,000 square foot rooms.
Okay.
Rooms 1, 2, and 3 will be the exhibit floor. Room 4 is going to be our lunch break room. Room 5 will be our seminar room. So what I'm trying to figure out, and again, this is me playing with the floor plan. Do I set up like the podcasting station in the lunchroom, and while those 2 hours our lunch are going, there's lots of action, which could be fun for you guys.
I don't want to be in no lunchroom.
Well, that's where we were last year.
Yeah, you were out in the lobby area, but
If you really think about it, maybe a hallway or something. I don't know. We'll look.
Well, if we set
what?
Here's my thought. Okay.
Okay.
The reason I'm suggesting this, and hear me through, and you can retort, and then I'll raise your rent. No. So here's what I'm suggesting, is when that room is not being used for lunch, you have a nice quiet area to podcast.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We got you. You win.
Okay. And then during lunch, you can interview somebody fun that's going to be crazy and goofy. It's going to be fun. It's like New Year's Eve in New York, where everyone is like excited, and you can have idiots popping into the background, kind of like how everyone was popping in when you were interviewing Mama.
I was going to say, the way it was there last time, people were just popping on. A-Rock.
It was fun.
The couple from Kentucky, they just came up to, what are y'all doing? I'm like, well, hell, whatever we doing, y'all done messed it up if it's anything that we. But it was really cool to have people just look and see what are y'all doing and pop on the show with us. That was really cool.
Perhaps we have a balance of both. So when you want to have someone serious on, like a manufacturer, and they can bring in their toy and you can whatever, then we can do that. It's just something that these are the things that go through my head at night. Or do I want to put it in the hallway? And if I do it in the hallway, do I do it in the hallway outside of the exhibit side, or in the quiet side where the seminars are going to be going on? I don't know. And again, these are the things that I have to play, and this is where I brainstorm with a bunch of my colleagues like Nick Hahn, and we throw the pros and cons back and forth, or my friend John Young from Disc Jockey News, or whoever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming up there in April probably, and maybe I could sit down with you one day, and maybe I'll go by the Rosemont and look myself and get an idea of what would be cool.
Yeah. So.
But I like that though. I mean, me and Mike, we'll adapt and we'll roll with whatever. But it was kind of cool to be where. But I mean, we weren't close enough to where everybody could see us. But if we're in there like that, it might be different where everybody will see us. Because a lot of people, we didn't even know y'all were here or doing stuff. But if we're right there and we got a big banner up, it'd be a little bit. I
would recommend that you start to schedule. So an example is I'll get you contact information for Qbert or Flipside or anyone you want.
Okay.
You can set up your own schedule.
The lady's name, Kathy.
And
what's the lady's name on marketing or network?
Oh my God, Catherine Johns.
Okay,
Yeah.
but she needs to be first.
Yeah.
We know Shannon's coming back on. We know Michael. We'll talk to Cubit again.
Or you'll talk to Allenberg too.
Yeah, we're gonna get James.
We didn't
on.
get to talk to Alan.
We didn't get to talk to Alan last year. We kept having schedule conflicts.
Right.
We caught him between wine time.
Yeah, he was. But we'll get him. And,
the bourbon guy. So you want to get him on? Tell him you got a bottle of bourbon.
well, the main people we want to get on this time is like EV, QSC, sit down with somebody.
What's up, Hal?
How you doing, Hal? And actually talk to some of those guys and get some product and different things up in front for people to talk about. So last year was kind of okay, we coming. This year we got time to get it all together and have it ready.
Right.
So like we say, by the time we come back from the other show next, we should be backdrop banners, table set up, everything should be in order. We'll know exactly how we want to do everything.
And you and I will talk, and say these were the good things about Mex. This is what we want to do differently.
Mm-hmm.
Noisy on the show floor, or we love the noise. We want the action. We want this. So we'll talk and figure out what works for you.
Yeah, if we do that, we have to put everybody in headphones. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
We do it down by the pool, and we have DJs in Speedos.
Always. What is it here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. I know you attend a lot of conferences, support other DJ conferences. What are the reasons you're attending the other conferences? Looking for new presenters, networking, or
education?
Why do you do all of that?
Okay. Every conference has got a different reason. Going to the NAMM show, I'll talk to all the manufacturers. I can support them by doing press releases with all of the new products that they're trying to put out into the brain of the two of you, so that the controller that you just bought, you realize you made a mistake and you should have waited 6 months and you should have bought this one, or the latest light, or whatever it is. So there's that. I also get to talk to the marketing directors there. So there's why I go to that. Mech show, I am there. I would go there as an attendee regardless. But Rob and I have an unbelievable relationship, and we have had since day one. We've always traded booths with one another. He's been a huge supporter of mine. I'm a huge supporter of his. And the way that I look at it is it's Coke, Pepsi. One's not better than the other. It's just different. And I mean, and his show's significantly bigger than mine. Whether it's better, that's depending upon what you want to get out of a show. Okay. Let's see. Midwest DJs Live, I've supported for 10 years. And again, it's right in my backyard. Good education. And I'm still a DJ. That's what a lot of people forget. Sometimes people think I'm just the Marquee show guy. I'm still a DJ trying to learn the latest, trick that's going to help me gain, a shingle or two and go from there. DJ Expo, I started at DJ Expo, man. That was my first show. Mm-hmm. And I love going out east, and I love seeing all my friends, having dinner with Big Daddy and Mike Walter and Jerry Siracusa and so many of the guys. So that's all. So that's, and then again, I go to like the restaurant and bar show for different reasons. I go to Wedding NBA again to learn, but also for new presenters. I went to Social Media Examiner to learn and to see new presenters. I go to a lot of conferences that are in the business world to learn and to go, this guy would be great. I mean, I saw Shannon at Wedding NBA, and I told her, have you ever spoken with DJs? And she made some silly comment about DJs being goofballs. And I'm great. I'm telling you, your energy, your sassy personality, you don't have to change a thing. And she loved it. I mean, her and I have become very, very good friends now.
So let me throw this out there. In a time when we were all dealing with COVID and you didn't know what things were going on, I remember you had SBA come and talk to us. I thought that was so right on time for what we were going through. It was really the bank, when you had the bankers come talk to us 2 years ago.
After, yeah.
Yeah. And I thought that was right on time because I was dealing with a bunch of SBA stuff. And
yeah.
So like that year, I was just quiet, just soaking up all the education, not running around, not talking to anybody, just soaking it all up. And I thought that was so right on time. And see, things like that. And people you got to go to get to education. Yeah, you party and all of that, but you're going to learn and come back and conquer the world when you get back. It's not all about partying. It's about getting the education.
Again, I'm not saying anything derogatory about anyone. Rob from DJX, or sorry, Rob from MEX PBX, he's not a DJ. He's not living it like you and I are living it. And again, that doesn't mean he's not a great guy and doesn't do a great show. But I figure the things that are bothering me, okay, are also bothering you.
Yes.
The question is, how do I truly target at least a female demographic to look at my videos about what a great wedding DJ I can be? Because even if it's not an engaged woman, she can forward it to one of her girlfriends, or whatever it is. Or how do I get on the map here or there or whatever? I'm living it just like you are, okay? DJ Expo's not. The people at Midwest are. But if you also look, one of the things that I feel very blessed about, and I take responsibility in, is you look at the Marquee Show community group, there's content flowing 365, 24/7.
Yeah.
You look at some of these other groups, all it is show announcements, buy a ticket, John Doe's going to be speaking. So to me, it's not just about one conference. It's about a community and consistently trying to help. I run the Chicago Disc Jockey Network here in Chicago. It costs me almost $700 a year just in MailChimp emails and stuff to send out emails to a couple thousand people every month. I don't ask for any dues. I don't ask for anything. I eat that. Part of it is a grassroots marketing program for Marquee. But at the same point in time, I want to, what do you call it? I want to, it's like whatever, it's $60 a month. So is that like $720 a year?
Yeah.
And so again, and I set it up so that everything's free. No one has to join anything.
So let me ask you this: how's your participation with that? Do you get good participation, or is it just more about the communication?
We had Howard, who's watching or was watching.
Yeah, he said he's on.
He sat next to me. He was there. Mars was there. Brandon Brown was there. Our Kung Fu DJ friend. And Scott Sills from the Hot Mix 5 was there. Jason Roth, who's the Pioneer rep, and the JMAZ rep, and the Pro X rep was there. I mean, we had like 25 to 30. And of those 25 to 30, maybe 20 of them are Marquee Show attendees in some capacity. So whether they just come out and walk the show, full pass or what have you.
I'm talking about your Chicago DJ thing. How is that participation with that?
We have generally anywhere from 25 to 50 people every time we do a meeting.
Out of 2,000.
Out of the 2,000, yeah. But again, some people, they just don't care. I mean, I rented some gear this past weekend to someone, and I said, when are we going to get Chow to a Chicago Disc Jockey Network thing? He goes, man, he goes, I give you credit. He goes, you really are the mayor. He goes, you're trying to help everybody. He goes, I'm just busy. And I go, I get it. I'm like, it's cool. But again, I mean, even Howard has maybe been to 2 meetings this year because he's busy. And I get it. I have no...
But like you said, but some of these people you're talking, I don't know about the other guy, but I know Howard he's kind of on the other side of educational or pouring back too.
What do you mean?
So it's kind of different for him. But that guy that you mentioned, I don't know his name. You don't have to mention any names. What is he bringing to the industry? What is he bringing to the table?
He's not bringing anything to the table. He came to the show this year with his crew because he doesn't have a proper CRM. And so he came out. He attended all of the CRM seminars that were complimentary, and I think he got a CRM out of it. So maybe it's a baby step. Okay. Yeah. This guy's got a successful company. He's been around as long as I've been around.
I just think, when it comes to that, everybody has different motivations. And some people, like you're saying about the guy, if they are already experiencing what they feel is success, then a lot of times it's like, why do I need to go over there? I'm already doing good. So they don't see the contrast. Now, when they see the contrast, then you may spark their interest and say, you know what, I need to go over here and check that out. That makes more sense.
You don't know what you don't know, though.
No, you don't. You don't. And it's so hard trying to convince people that they don't know what they don't know, and that there is something else out there that could work for them.
So let's dummy it down to the ridiculous, okay? And so here's the deal. Let's say that you have no connections, you haven't taken any discounts, you pay the full $500 for a pass to Marquee, right? Your food and everything. You have another $500 in Uber and meals, and you, I don't know, buy Chicago Cubs jersey, whatever. Now we're at $1,000. Your airfare and hotel are $2,000. So, or is $1,000. So your total in is what, $2,000, right? Does that sound even on the high side?
That's on the high side because flights are not going to be that much. If you do it right and you know where you're going, you won't spend that much.
So
let's say then that it's.
Well, we'll say $2,000 because everybody don't know. So let's just keep it at $2,000.
Okay, $2,000 divided by 12 months out of the year. Or better yet, if the not.com if the not.com saying that the average wedding is whatever, DJ's $1,300, do you think that even at a show that you didn't care for, and you don't have to mention it, you learned at least enough to book 2 shows?
Yeah, every conference I go, because I go to get education.
I get it.
I mean, I do. But I'm going to tell people something, whatever. Every time I go, it's times 2 because my wife is always with me. So I'm not paying. If you're paying $2,000, I'm paying $4,000. So I'm fresh out of excuses for you.
From the day that I do, you've been paying.
Yeah.
You've been paying and paying, and you'll continue to pay.
Yeah.
You got that joke, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to let it run by, but but I got you. But what I'm saying is, I mean, that's no excuse because.
But what he's saying, if you break that down,
you
don't have
that's $100 a month.
Well, $83.
Yeah. Oh, you broke it way down.
You don't have $83 and some cents to put aside every month to go somewhere that's going to help you to be better.
No, they don't.
Right.
No.
I mean,
like I said, that's kind of on the high side too. So
more like
it's like $166. So, you know, like I said,
put it this way: if you put your gratuity money away and you're as good of a DJ as everyone says you are, you put it in a jar and you call it DJX or Marquee or Midwest or Harvest or wherever you want to go. The bottom line is you can do it. It's not that hard to do. All right?
No, it's not. And I mean, like I say, I attended how many did I go to last year? I did Wedding
4.
MBA, I did Marquee, I did DJX by myself, and
you did
no, I just did 3 last year.
Okay.
What? Because I didn't go to Mex, I didn't go anywhere else, and I went to Marquee, DJX, and Wedding MBA. So I did 3 last year.
Right.
So that's $6,000 right there alone.
Right.
8,000 really. Well, almost 1,200. But you know, so
12,000.
I mean 12,000.
Yeah.
So, or maybe not. It's not that much because
I'm just saying it really doesn't matter what it was. I think a big question is, are you willing to invest in yourself?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Going to any of the DJ shows that are out there, okay? Don't pick mine. Anything that you relate to. If you forget about partying and you go there and make it your little 4-day college, education, it'll cost you less and you'll make more money than upgrading your speakers or your controller or your lights, because a controller in a case is $2,000, right?
Okay, and I want you to answer this question. He said it's easier for a multi-op.
No, put the question up there.
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay. So somebody said it's easier for a multi-op owner to go. Easy to justify spending money versus an independent DJ.
No, it's not.
No, it's not because I have a multi-op, but I still got to pay all my DJs. I still got to pay all the bills. I still got to pay for all their stuff, websites, shirts, polos, all kind of stuff. Got to pay $120 for parking for 2 DJs this weekend for New Year's Eve. It's a lot of stuff. Controllers, speakers, microphones. You buying for one person. I'm buying for about 7.
Yeah.
So I totally disagree with that.
Thing. I can only say what I did.
Uh-huh.
I covered the hotel rooms and I covered passes and I took my staff out to dinner at least one night.
Mm-hmm.
I would take staff to shows. Okay. When I would physically drive out or fly out or what have you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They show me the commitment that they would fly themselves out there. So if they were showing that they were committed to being better, okay, and I wanted them to party balls and have a great time, okay, the fact of the matter is if they met me halfway, I would do the other. And I'm telling you, I'd spend thousands and thousands of dollars. So, but
I'm going to say it publicly. If you work for me and you show me, I will do the same thing. But they don't show me that they want to. So I'm not paying for nobody to go. You got to show me that you want to do it for yourself first. And then I'll be willing to do it.
And right.
And he said, even so, an independent DJ trying to attend 1 or 2 concerts per year, I've seen, the light. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
JP.
Yes, sir.
I'm a staff member of yours.
Uh-huh.
I really like to go. I hear about these shows. I want to go check it out. Will you cover hotel and a pass if I pay for my own airfare?
I sure will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I'll do it for somebody who really wants to go. Right. And as a reward for our company this year, I thought about doing that, just picking one person or whoever was, that was the most eager to learn and ready to learn, or I felt like was trying to take it to the next level and say, hey, if you want to go to Marquee or wherever, let me know. I'll take care of your hotel and your ticket. Right. I would definitely do that if somebody came to me with that fire and that passion and that energy. Because I can't remember, I think it's Mike from Jersey. He brought one of his guys.
Oh, dude, back in the day,
yeah,
guys were younger.
Uh-huh.
His guys and my crew, he'd have a dozen people, we'd have a dozen people. It was like a really bad episode of New Jersey Shore.
Where DJ X?
Oh my God, it was craziness.
But yeah, you got to show me some fire too. So, yeah.
But it just still comes down to, we invest in what we feel is important.
Yeah.
I will not sit here and say that I agree that people don't have the money. We waste so much money on other things. You have the money, you just don't deem that to be important.
Yeah, you hit it. And I like what Mike did last year. He brought one of his guys. He didn't really tell him anything. He gave per diem a day. He, they paid for his room and his ticket. But he said, you got to be in class every day.
Right.
So, and the guy, Thomas, I think I remember his name was Thomas, and he was there. He was learning. I talked to him. I think if he comes back this year, we need to get him on the show. I might need to reach out to Mike and see about getting him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron said a good thing. Aaron, he said, man, I wish more DJs would look at the business side more versus the equipment.
And I'm going to speak on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want not just the
equipment,
but the skill in the business side.
Yeah.
You have so many people that are out there that don't want the education. And they think that the skill in itself is going to propel them over that wall to be successful, not realizing that you have people with less skill from a skill set as a DJ, but more skill from a business standpoint that jumps, I'm talking about continuously jump over them when it comes to what they make and what they're able to get, because they understand that the two are different. And that skill is not going to make you the best paid DJ. It's that business skill that's going to help you to get to that point.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people have that if you build it, they will come mentality.
But if you build a anthill versus a brick house.
But here's the thing. Even the best built anything still needs full-on promotion.
Oh yeah, and it needs to be, you need to know how to use everything inside that house too. You
Right.
can't have one of those, like one of those houses that everything's controlled by iPad, the TVs, the lights, everything, but you don't know how to use the iPad.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with the Vitamix? Do you guys own one?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I don't have one, but I'm familiar with it.
How about you, Jay?
No, never heard of that. I probably know what it is, but don't know what it is.
It is the greatest blender of all time.
Yes.
Without question. All right. And I'll tell you a story. I was going to go on a juicy smoothie kick.
Uh-huh.
And I have a Ninja at home. So I decided I'll buy a new Ninja for my house. I'll take the old Ninja, excuse me, into the office. So I go into Costco and I pick up the Ninja. It's $120. It's not the cheapest or the most expensive. I then go to the back of the store where they've got the frozen fruit, and there's a dude hawking, Vitamixes, right? And I'm like, okay, this thing's $500. I've got a $150 one in here. I'm a businessman. I got to hear this guy's sales pitch. This guy wasn't giving a pitch, but he was giving a presentation so powerful that I felt that buying the Ninja was a big mistake. Okay. So the guy at one point in time, he knows that I've been watching him for a good 15 minutes. He turns to me and he goes for the close. So, sir, what do you think? Are you ready? And I said, yeah, I'm ready. And I proceed to pull my card out from around. And he goes, is this your Ninja? I go, yeah. And he goes, you were going to buy this? I go, I was here for the frozen fruit. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, you just made my day. And I said to him, I go, you made me feel stupid. Now, here's my point, though. Even when I went out, even when I left, I had that pain feeling in my belly that we all get it from time to time. When you close down your house, you are excited. And at the same point in time, you're like, oh my God, I'm in debt for 1,000,000 years, right? You pull off the lot with the car and you're like, oh shit, I've got a $600 car payment for the next 5 years or whatever it is. Like we still have that buyer's remorse. I left that store knowing I made the right decision, but putting it on my debit card, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But he even addressed that. He said that he used to be a bodybuilder and he would break blenders all the time, less expensive blenders. And sure enough, why was I buying a new one? Because I was taking the old, it was like he was telling me
on his deathbed.
Yeah.
But here's the moral of the story. You could put rocks in the thing, okay? You could dump concrete in there. It'll blend it. It's amazing. And yet there's still a guy at Costco hawking it during the week. So even the best built blender still requires a guy out there hawking it, okay?
Oh, great analogy.
Yeah. So you could be the best DJ in the world. And it's the old adage, don't let your ego become your amigo. And that's it. Be humble. Keep it.
And I would just like to say, out of maybe 500 DJs, it's really crazy the number of people that were willing to at least say they're going to make it a commitment to go to a conference. It just we're giving away almost a $400 pass, and you get nobody willing to make the commitment.
Well, I don't know.
I'm saying I'm sad, but I'm not sad by that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because this type of thing happens in so many different walks of life. you know, you have people that see the light and you have people that don't see the light.
Well, people are afraid of change. Change is okay. I mean, I look back. Someone asked me about my career, and I had forgotten all about Yellow Pages. Okay, and and so it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, I remember being so excited that the Yellow Pages came out. When my rep said, "Oh, copies for you," I was like, "Oh man!" And I was like, "The phone's gonna ring like crazy," and that was it. You know, Mike Walter in that seminar, I think he shared. He said,
oh yeah, he talked about that.
His partner said that's money calling. And
that's money calling. Matter of fact, we got that out of the seminar, Mike. So let's have a little fun. Let's let Mike go ahead and pull. We're not gonna cheat, nothing. Pull one ticket and announce one of our first ticket giveaways.
All right, let's hope that, because he said he was ready to buy a ticket.
Oh, Aaron.
But I'd prefer to get your cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's number one. Oh, wow.
Mario
Bryant is the winner of the first ticket.
I don't know if I know Mario, so
no, this will be his first time
coming to Marquee.
Good, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's the first one. We're gonna put him to the side.
He have a beanie on his head, like a pledge to the old 60s.
Yeah.
So.
We'll make sure he has something on his head. We'll make sure we introduce him. I'm kicking Mike off the set.
You have a march in like the black fraternities?
Oh, no, he's in a fraternity, so stop. You stop. Why you always gotta be bad?
What do you mean?
Why you always gotta be bad all the time?
You want me to pick that?
Yeah, pull another one.
Yeah.
Dogs?
Yeah.
All right.
You think I haven't spent my time at the Kappa Alpha Psi house? Please.
You probably did some all kind of stuff knowing you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The next one is Rudy.
He was our keynote speaker last year.
Yes, he was.
He was your keynote speaker. Not this Rudy, but he would be a good keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Rudy wins number 2 to the Marquee show.
All right.
We got one more.
One more of the 3 that we're giving away.
Will there be one?
Will there be one? Come on.
Will there be one?
Education passes. So this will get them into all of the parties, all of the seminars. It gets you everything but lunch each day and VIP seating in the front of the room.
Okay.
Okay.
So they can
How much is lunch?
I don't know what it comes. I have to look up the. I don't know.
Let me know. I might sponsor a lunch.
I didn't realize this was an IRS audit, but hey, thanks for that.
Oh, all right.
Our last person is
Seth. Wow, from North Kakalaki.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, he is from North Carolina.
Yeah.
He started watching the morning show, and he sent in today that he wanted to put his name in the hat.
He wanted to go last year, but they had a newborn, and his wife wasn't having it, being there with the newborn by herself.
Gotcha.
All right, so we'll get you their information, sir, so you know who they are.
Very good.
And if anyone can't go, we will definitely tell them to turn their ticket back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can live with
Let me ask you this, Keith. I do have another question for you.
I'm not explaining the birds and the bees to you. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing about the birds or the bees coming out of your mouth, bad Santa.
Speaking of Santa, what do you get when you jingle Santa's balls?
Oh my God. I don't know. Lord, I'm scared to ask.
A white Christmas.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That's worse than the hats, man. Come
man.
on, man. Oh my gosh. We love you. We love you. Oh my God. This was a rated PG show until that.
I feel violated.
I did too.
How much did Santa?
Thank you.
How much?
No, stop. That's it.
Did Santa pay for his sleigh?
We have
Nothing.
no idea. I'm
Nothing. It was on the house.
You'll be coming all day. Stop it. All right. All right.
Yes, Josh, he is bad
He
Santa.
is a horrible
He is
Santa.
bad Santa.
So we got Seth Felder, Mario
Yeah.
Bryan, and Rudy Duran.
I'm on my lunch break.
Are the winners.
Wait, I see all these comments. I think these comments mean that they want more jokes. I got jokes, baby.
Stop. No more comments. Stop it. Oh, man.
Want more jokes.
Okay.
All
right.
More.
Well, let me ask you this here.
You got one more question for you.
Talk to me.
We've touched on a lot of things. So, in your opinion, what is something that you think we can do without in the industry?
Ego would be one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love his honesty. He always honest.
Wow.
All right.
I know that makes you think.
Personally, I think we can do without Vegas. Okay, I know why people host shows in Vegas. LDI's in Vegas, Mex and PBX is in Vegas. I would love to see people attending shows for the show and not for Vegas, and the show is a cliff note. Okay. And again, I don't have any issue with anyone having a show in Vegas. This isn't dogging anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, I saw people last year at MEX PBX, and this has nothing to do with the show producer. I saw people like on the third day that I hadn't seen the whole time, and they're like, yeah, we are in Airbnb. We've been screwing around for 3 days.
Well, I was walking out of Wed NBA, and I saw a venue owner on my way out to go catch my flight saying this was his first time coming to the hall.
Right.
I'm like, really? But, you know, that's how you want to spend it. That's how you want to spend it.
Right. I mean,
I get Keith's point. You know, this is supposed to be a time and place where we're educating ourselves. We're putting ourselves in better situations. We're sharing information. We're learning how to build. And some people are taking that as an opportunity to kick it. And it has nothing to do with that.
Balance. I mean, I go and I have nice dinners every single night with people. And the younger Keith Christopher, I remember, and I'm talking some really stupid nights when Studio 54 was open, which is now Hakkasan. I mean, I can tell you some insane stories. A friend of ours won a bunch of money at playing blackjack, and he threw like $2,000 down at the bar. They moved us over to VIP, and it was chaos. I mean, absolute chaos for the rest of the night. And I had a great time. And it was like 4 a.m. and I'm walking out the door, and I know there's just no way I could get up. I managed to drag my butt up and out. I was in the front row sleeping, still drunk during out of my mind. Okay. I mean, just absolute. I mean, there was no brushing that alcohol off my breath. So, but again, everyone goes for different reasons, and as you get older,
I will say one of my first, even my first and second year was 3 young guys from Boston, man. And I will give them credit. They smelled like they had just took a bath in vodka. But they were in class the next morning, struggling, but they were there at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock that morning. That Mo would be in class in their chairs trying to learn. They probably didn't learn that, but well, I mean, they smelled like they had just left out the club.
Nights, especially Atlantic City, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Club Deja Vu was open till I think 5 a.m. And I had a bunch of people that were like in my company that were like 5 years younger than me.
Uh-huh.
And it was a mess. I mean, it was always a mess. So yeah, I mean, it was absolute positive craziness. So
what is a gem you can leave us with?
Listen, I believe in. Here's why I think people need to go to conventions.
Okay.
You can watch Bruce Springsteen on a DVD or on Amazon, or you can go to the concert and get a totally different experience. You can go see Dave Chappelle in concert when he shows up, as you know. Or you can, what do you call it? Or you can watch him on TV. Some people like it. I like live things. I like live experiences. Okay. I like going to open mic nights for comedy, even when a lot of them are terrible. Okay. I like seeing, I get excited when I see live entertainment and I get to actually witness people doing amazing things. When I see a really great presenter that gets me excited, like a Shannon Tarrant, like an Alan Berg, like a Mike Walter, that gets me excited about being there, I enjoy it. And then when I get to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I mean, I'm telling you, people, on the Marquee Show group page, if you're coming to Marquee, put on there who wants to get together for breakfast on Wednesday morning. Okay? I promise you, 15 people will say yes, 10 of them will show up. And it doesn't matter that you don't know them. Okay?
That's even better.
Right. Turn around and say, I'm not going to, we didn't order, we didn't get the passes with food. Who wants to go in on deep dish pizza? We'll have it delivered to the hotel. Fine, do it. Like, there are hundreds of people around you that have a different experience in the business than you do. Some might be better, some might be worse, some might be more valuable, some might have more experience, or you've got people like Howard Wallach who's done it forever and still don't know anything.
We're gonna stop taking digs at Howard tonight.
Right now, Howard's in the corner sucking on his thumb, going, "Why is he? I'm nothing but nice to him." No, we love
leave my buddy alone.
But no, in all seriousness, like, you cannot. Even on this, we've had people chiming in and agreeing or disagreeing or asking questions. It's still not the same as being around a table, sharing a bottle of bourbon or here. Spent a great breakfast with the Ultimate Ear Team. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, perfect example. I mean,
no, it is good. It's great. I got invited to the dinner with you and Howard and
with the
Rachel
Betterment crew.
Yeah, the Betterment crew,
and we got to sit down. We could have and break bread with Cubert and his team.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's great. And even Aaron and I, last year on the very last day of Mex, I think it was, we wound up going to this crazy good Thai. Was it Thai food, Aaron? But we had this crazy. It was deep fried spinach leaves or something. I'd never had it before.
Wow.
And totally something to them. I'd never had Thai food. I went with just for the experience. I figured there had to be something there I'd eat. And so there was, but they had these like deep fried spinach leaves. They were unbelievable. I'd never had anything like it and haven't had anything like it since. Wow. So again, that was a learning experience. So, I mean, when I took a group of people to dinner, Howard was there, Alan Berg, Cubert, Flipside. Cubert was never into religion. He didn't know what Judaism was. And so here we are at a DJ show talking about religion and explaining what Judaism is, what Buddhism is. It was this crazy. You can't have that conversation on a YouTube channel.
No.
Posting. It's just
and to find out how much him and Mike were alike last year was just because I found out things about Mike that I had no idea, and him and Cuba were like two peas in a pod. They hit it off so much, it was really crazy. So
you didn't know right away they're both short.
I got that one right away. It was other things.
Yeah, but
I immediately used them as book stealers, both of them. But yeah.
Even at NAMM, when I got to see Z-Trip again and talk with Zach, and I met him in Atlantic City, okay, the fact of the matter was I've never been so excited. Like when I saw him scratch and rock the bells on New Year's Eve with LL, cheering as hard for Z-Trip as I was for LL, man. And
Mhm.
kept cutting to him more than the dancers. Like you would have sworn it was a duo because I was so jacked. And I don't know if that's just a producer or if LL's going, listen, I have the dopest DJ on the planet with me. Make sure you put him in. I was so proud of Z-Trip when LL Cool J got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he invited Z-Trip up to the podium next to him.
Mhm.
It was like, oh man, the DJ industry needs more representation like this. I mean, totally. So I mean, like I said, it only can keep getting better and better as long as you focus on it, and that's it. So
Well, we're looking forward to the show, um, and it's going to be awesome. And like Jeff said, our goal is to get, with the three, our goal is to get 10 people down there outside of what you gave away,
okay.
because I think it's an important thing. You if your idea of success is to get better, then this has to be a part of that journey.
I agree.
It has to be, so we're going to do our due diligence and make that happen, and we'll appreciate you for doing what you're doing.
Man, setting aside time when you could be doing something else and jumping on the show with us for an hour, 30 minutes, however long we've been on here. But we really appreciate it because you guys don't have to give us your time, but you do, and we really appreciate it.
I've had to use the bathroom for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's really time for Mama Kay to feed him his pudding.
I could pull a Shannon McKinnon selfie and just.
Hey, can you put the hat on one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more time for the hat.
Oh man, really?
He's got hat envy.
Hey, he messed with me. I gotta get it.
Daniel Boone.
Fargo hat, baby. It's January.
Yes.
My God.
This is actually a Papa K hat. And
really?
Okay.
What is
the ugly? Get it like you on the morning news.
Yeah, it's easy, Jeff. I can just do this.
What?
Hey, but again, man, we thank you. We love you. We can't wait to see you in February. Hopefully, we'll get an invite to some of these exclusive dinners or lunches or breakfasts that you're doing.
Here's what I think would be good for the rest of January. If everyone's listening, JP, you give out your address, okay? And for the month of January, you collect old used toupees, and then you wear a different one. Okay?
I'll have them send it to the office. Okay.
Hey, out of all the things you said, I'll buy that for $1.
Hey, and if we go for charity, I will wear them and have no problem.
I want to see.
I will wear it and have no problem with it.
I want to see JP in a Don King afro. Straight up.
No. You know what I want to see him? I want to see him with the flip side. Not just the flip side. Where you can see the scalp.
Got that good part. Maybe I could get the wig from what's his name? What is the guy? The Allstate guy that Mayhem.
Yeah.
You see the one when you're on the tricycle. This is a 1-speed with the yeah. Well, thank you for ruining my month with toupees. But no, if I get a toupee, I will definitely wear it, and we will.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to that.
I know he's gonna look for one. I know it, but I have fun with everything.
We're gonna have you up here looking like Ted Koppel.
That would be great.
ABC Evening News. It's Ted Koppel.
Let's get him a blonde wig.
Man. Or the one from the Barbie movie.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? A blonde wig?
Yeah, get a blonde.
She came from the Barbie movie.
No, yeah. We'll get a blonde.
Well, brother, good night. Stay warm in Chicago. Get your pudding. Get your pudding.
Guys, I'm going to send you some pictures from my booth because I'm telling you,
okay,
it's going to be a head turner.
Oh, please send us the pictures.
A serial entrepreneur with a candy cane. What was it? What's that stuff? Cotton candy, hot dogs.
Cotton candy. Yeah.
Hot dog. Are you gonna be feeding people too?
We're going to be giving out little 2-inch beef sandwiches because we can only give out 2-inch samples. We're going to give out cotton candy. We actually have leftover ice cream from an event, so I started thinking about making little sundaes for people just to kind of clear out the freezer too.
All right, don't get nobody sick now.
Why would you go there?
Hey, that's where you would go. Don't be trying to
No,
get
he said,
all.
why would you know that?
Don't be trying to get all righteous over there.
Did I say I'm putting pictures of Mike on the video wall? No.
All right, hey man, we're gonna say good night, man. Go ahead and take us out of here, Mike. Good night, everybody. Peace.
Happy New Year.